My name is Dick Wagner. Some people call me the maestro of rock. I've had the good fortune, of making myself sort of a reputation as a rock and roll guitar player. And this album is a big departure because it's a lot of improvisational jazz and blues. And I really think you're going to like it. The name of the album is Captured, A Moment in Time. It's an all-instrumental album, all guitar playing. And it's a very personal thing for me because when you put out a record that you're doing basically all the playing on it, you expose yourself. It's very, you feel very naked. So it's a combination of the new and the old, but it really is a look at another side of my guitar playing, other than just the straight rock and roll. I found some old tapes of mine and some new material that I had put together with my friend Dave Wagner, no relation except soul brothers. I consider it to be kind of a brave move because it isn't structured. You go in the studio and you work everything out perfectly. It's not like that. It's very fundamentally who I am and how I create. You know, the way that I pick up my guitar and just start doing, and eventually leads to songs and everything else. But sitting in my living room and recording with a little $100 beat box. You hit the button and it plays beats, and you can hit the button twice and it shifts to another beat. Just improvising for like 40 minutes. And I recorded it all and forgot all about it. And then I'm looking in a bag of old tapes, and I see this tape, and I said, I gotta hear what this sounds like. And I played it back and I said, who's that? Because it didn't sound like me, and it didn't sound like anything anybody would expect from me. But it was delicious in its own way. I have a lot of fans of my guitar playing, and I thought, you know, my fans would deserve to hear this. So I just made a decision to make it part of a record and put some modern stuff in, put this stuff in. And some of the playing took place just before I had a heart attack and a stroke on the same day. And my arm was paralyzed for 5 years and I couldn't even play. So this is reflective of some of the stuff I did just before the heart attack and some stuff subsequently since I regained my ability to play. And so it's kind of interesting. It's a mixture, but very melodic and very cool. Out of the Mirage. There's a part in there that I more or less copied the style of Amos Garrett, who played on Maria Mulder's Midnight at the Oasis. So I always loved that style of guitar playing. So I decided I would try to play like that. So I'm picturing you're in the desert, you're at the Oasis. You get up in the morning, you have the morning meditation. And then you have a mirage, and you are trying to find your way out of it and face reality. But coming out of the mirage is the Amos Garrett style. After that comes Remember Rock, you know, because I'm a rock and roll guitar player. So I played this rock and roll thing. Then I go into Sleepwalk, which was a big hit by Santo and Johnny back when I was a kid. on steel guitar and rhythm guitar. So I play Sleepwalk, but I do it in my rock and roll style. Then it goes into a rhythmic thing with this drum machine with its preset beat. And so I invented some stuff to go with it. And that I call the Lovers Dance at Sundown. Because I picture you there in the sand, and you're in the oasis, and the sun's going down, and then you're hot for this chick, she's hot for you, you start dancing and stuff, but it's very romantic at the same time. Then it goes into a jazz piece, immediately into a jazz piece, which is called Welcome the Night. So now you're going to have a beautiful night coming up with the moon shining over the desert, and you're playing this jazz stuff that sounds like you're in New York as opposed to being in the desert, but that's really cool. Blues for an all-night kiss. Just contemplate that for a moment. You know, now you really love this person, this woman, whatever. Could be about guys or girls, but in my way of thinking, it's about a man and a woman connecting late at night, and this blues plays, and it's my style of playing blues on this is, I think, different than anybody plays blues, mostly. So it's kind of unique, and it's long and it's passionate. There you go. So then it goes into the next song, which is called By the Fire Tonight. You're very romantic, and you're just sitting by the fire, and the moon is overhead, you're out there, and this song is playing. It's an acoustic guitar piece. Then it goes into the dance of the Pharaohs. Still in the desert. You know, now you picture yourself in the Middle East, and the Pharaohs who rule everything have this little orchestral, I can never say that word right, orchestral piece. And that's beautiful too. It's hard to play. I remember when I invented it, I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. End with a song that I recorded a few years back in the studio called My Blue Peach. And that was my first playing of anything that was jazz. And I was always very proud of it. It's got some really cool guitar playing in it. So My Blue Peach was about a girl that her name was Georgia, and so I called her my Georgia Peach. So she was upset about something, and I wrote this tune and recorded it for her, and I called it My Blue Peach, because she was blue. And so nobody figures that title out, but that's the story behind it. And that would be the end of the first side.